Well, hello. Hello. I'm here. Free Spirit, back with you again. I'm not sure where to begin. I will apologize for my very long absence. This past year has been, well, I'm sure most of you have been experiencing some strangeness, some overwhelming feelings, blockages, and heavy emotions. And I am going to do another video at some point where I can go into a little bit more of what has been going on around here. However, I need to just get back on the horse, so to speak, because I've nearly forgotten how to do this. And I've been working very hard to get my head space clear, my home space clear. I feel like there's been a lot of breakdown of reality, my beliefs, my ability to get up and going and be creative. And I have been relying a lot on ASMR and the ASMR community to try and space myself and protect myself from all of the intensity. And I've been having a hard time finding particular ASMR energies that will work for me. And so I had my doubts that I could bring the right type of energy for you to be able to relax as well. But I'm going to give it a shot. And I appreciate everyone that's concerned and has been asking about me. So thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I really didn't mean to be gone this long. So before I begin, I am going to reclaim this space for us. I'm going to strengthen our protection and open up some more of our intuition and creativity, okay? I actually used a little bit of lavender oil before I came into the room. So I'm starting to breathe a little bit more deeply and relax into whatever comes next. I did go to my crystal cabinet, which needs lots of TLC right now. And I thought I was going to get something in particular, but this is what I ended up with. And I think it's pretty appropriate. So the first one is this beautiful orange calcite. One of my favorites. Very happy, loving color and softness. It looks kind of juicy. And it does embody enjoyment and happiness. And I think we all need that. It's also connected to the solar plexus, source of our creativity and our inspiration for our actions. And I don't know about you, but I certainly need it. I've been feeling a little dried out creatively. I've tried to sit down so many times, and either I have malfunctions or interruptions, or I just break down because I'm overwhelmed. So this is to clear your energy of that same predicament if you're experiencing that. So let me read just a tiny bit about beautiful orange calcite. I've got so many things over here I keep bumping into. And one of the things that's happened, a sad thing, I had to leave the house for a couple of hours at one point. I usually take Charlie in the car with me because he loves the car. But he was a little upset with me. And this is my wonderful go-to pocket crystal book that he so nicely rearranged for me. Oh well. Time for a new book, eh? So, calcite in general is such a nice magnifier of positive energy. And the orange in particular is, as I said, connected with solar plexus. It helps one mobilize one's energy and resources for all types of activities, especially those involving creativity. It is ideal for those who are looking for new and innovative strategies for dealing with long-standing problems or stalled projects. Does that sound familiar? Yeah, it gets energy moving and encourages one to see old dilemmas in new ways so that the solution is right before one's eyes. It also can be used for healing emotional issues. So we'll keep this nearby to just give off a beautiful, happy, creative energy. And the other crystal, which found its way into my hand, I wanted to use a wand, and it wasn't the one I was thinking I was getting. This one is sodalite. Sodalite. Beautiful blue color. And sodalite works very well with the third eye and also the throat chakra, which is precisely what I was looking for, something for opening up my expression. I've been holding in, biting my tongue, not wanting to go there, and yet not feeling relaxed and released from that feeling. Sodalite is a stone of insight, helping one to penetrate paradox. Paradox is very strong right now. How can this be reality? How can I have a happy, normal life in the face of everything that's happening in the world? It enhances the mental powers of analysis, intuition, observation, and creativity, and is stimulating to one's latent genius. So let's get back to our amazing mind-heart connection and express ourselves creatively, which adds to the world in this time of great need. Sodalite provides insight into the self and a dispassionate assessment of one's motivations, strengths, weaknesses, desires, gifts, and patterns of personal destiny. It can reinforce one's witness consciousness, and it brings a kind of stubborn courage into oneself, helping one stay on the path during difficult times. Beautiful energy. All right. And now, on a completely different note, now that we've moved the energy a bit into the direction we'd like to be in, I'm going to share a project that I've been trying to get started. I've been in stall mode. It should have been done months ago, but here we are. let's do a little show and tell, shall we? Months ago, I bought some trays, a little system to start some microgreens. Now that the garden has been put to bed and has been covered with compost and different nutrients, we're using the horse manure and some chicken manure and some earthworms and some straw, and just covering it up, getting all the weeds out from the corners and the edges. And now the rain is coming in and it's about to turn very, very cold. Finally. It's the middle of February and it's been in the 70s. So it's time for some slowing down, hunkering down because of the wind and the rain, which we had a lot of last night. And in my windowsill, I reset up my tables where I germinate in all my seeds in the spring. And I brought in 7 window boxes that I had outside with some greens in it. That didn't do all that well because I started too late and it was too hot outside for them. So I've decided to bring them in and grow some greens inside. However, I swear something always comes into play when you least expect it. The dirt that was in there, which was really brand new and beautiful starting soil, had gotten completely inundated with fungus gnats. Fungus gnats, little buggers. And the only thing that I have found that can get rid of those, and it took me a while to get a hold of some, so I'm actually going to use the mosquito dunks, because the bag of mosquito bits that I bought a year or two ago has disappeared. I used very, very little of it, but because I don't have a pond and I don't have mosquitoes, but this actually has the particular bacteria species that works against the gnats as well. So I really didn't want to spend $20 on another big bag that I'm only going to use a small amount of. So I've gotten the dunks. Mosquito dunk. Little donuts. And I haven't seen whether I can break this in half, but it does look a little crumbly. But it has Bacillus thuringiensis species, and this particular one has the correct ingredients to get rid of the wretched gnats that are all over my house now, unfortunately. And it should last quite a while. So what I'll be doing is taking one of these, maybe breaking it in half if it crumbles easily, and putting it into my big watering can. I believe this is 2 gallons, so I may only fill it halfway, and then you let it sit for a few hours or overnight, and then you use the water to thoroughly soak each and every single little, every single little planter, and also a couple little potted plants in the house that have now gotten infected as well, and let it sit overnight, and hopefully the problem will be gone. But in the meanwhile, I could definitely use my microgreen sprouters. As I started to show you, comes with a great lid that fits tightly, and inside we have a tray with a grid that you place the seeds on. And if the seeds are too small and they're worried about them falling through, it also comes with some little sheets of very thin parchment that will keep it from, going through the holes. And then at the bottom, we have the tray that catches the water and allows for good circulation, because it sits off the bottom, like so. So I have 8 of these, and they all fit neatly in a row on the table in front of the light source. So let me show you. Here's the big pile of them to set them all up. But I've been waiting for so long, I just put everything away in here. So I have the greens and the microgreen seeds. Microgreens are so easy to grow. It's just basically like sprouts. I always loved alfalfa sprouts. I used to do my own, but over the years I've forgotten. But I'm excited because I'm going to have a good variety. And once they sprout, then they get about yay tall. You just snip them with scissors. Some will regrow, some you just harvest once. I'm going to open this up if I can without making too much noise. Okay. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I won't be growing everything, but I can rotate some in and some out as I feel like it. So we have buckwheat, looks like that. Cabbage. Cabbage sprouts are yummy. Kale. Radish. Radish is nice because that's a little spicy. So good on sandwiches. Sunflower. Arugula. Alfalfa, all-time favorite. And a little business card. And beets. Beet sprouts. Broccoli. And peas. Pea sprouts. So those are going to be really delicious and very nutritious. So I'm tired of buying greens at the store and having them go bad before I get to use them. And then in the window boxes, I have this combination. Oregano Republic, it's called. Oregano Republic. And this also has 10 types of seeds. Let's open this. believe the kitty cats are all being quiet right now. Kind of a miracle. And I'll keep that because it has a foil lining in there. And keeps them fresh. And each packet comes with a little planting guide on the back. So this one we have spinach, oops, radicchio, it's a nice little bitter, yeah. This one is mache corn salad, romaine lettuce, iceberg lettuce. I don't think I'll be growing that in the window boxes because they do get kind of big. Some kale, noisy little seeds. This is a dwarf Siberian variety. Southern giant mustard greens. A few of these I'll wait and plant in the main garden, maybe in March. Collard greens, arugula, one of my favorites, also known as rocket. Swiss chard. I still have Swiss chard growing out in my garden. We've had a couple of freezing nights and it just keeps going. And this is a little package of mini garden tools that came with the kit, including tweezers, a seed dibber, a weeding fork, and widger tool, and a leaf clipper, which will probably be handy when I harvest microgreens. So let's see. I don't know why I seal them so tight when they're already inside a sealed bag. It says, little gift, lots of love, thank you. And here's for poking a hole in the soil to put the seeds in, which I don't really use. And this little scoopy, which is nice to hold seeds. You can just gently place seeds where you want them. And this to dig up the dirt, which I probably wouldn't need. And these are the tweezers. And last, these sharp-looking scissors. Look at that. Those look nice. So I can harvest the microgreens. Spring loaded. That's great. So, first thing I need to do is deal with the little mites, or little fungus gnats, I should say. And I do think that the microgreens would be okay because there's no soil involved. It's just the water. So, this is how you set it up. Easy to sprout. It says rinse seeds with cool water and soak. Start sowing the seeds on the grid tray. Fill the base tray with 3/4 of water and the water should not submerge the seeds. Cover with clear lid and remove to a cool place and spray with water several times a day. Remove the lid when seedlings touch the lid. Wait 3 to 10 days and you can harvest 3 to 4 inches of sprouts. Some plants can regrow for a second harvest. So hopefully I'll make another video showing you how this is all coming along. I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to making some healthy salads and sandwiches as well. And then I harvested a bunch of flowers that had gone to seed. I have some zinnias and some marigolds. So I thought I would just show you. I'm going to place a paper towel. I used my basket to go out and collect a few things. And I also found some very cute pine cones. Look at that beauty. I just love the way they look. The spiral pattern that they grow. And this one is a big one. I like to use them for decoration in the house. We have a lot of them this year. And what else is in here? Oh, I set this up so long ago to make a video that this flower has already dried out. This is calendula. And it's still out front, blossoming like crazy, even in this weather. And also, this is borage with some beautiful purple flowers that have dried up now too. And they're all squishy and crinkly. And the fig tree. And now it's just dried leaves on the ground. And I was meaning to get some freshly fallen leaves or even some still green ones on the tree so that I could make some fig leaf tea. And I didn't get to do that. But here are some zinnia seed heads. And it was only one plant, but it had, oh my God, it probably had 50 flowers coming off of it. It just lasted for so long. And I left it all out there for the bees. And once they were done having their feast, I picked off all of the seed heads so I could gather the seeds for next year, since they did so well here accidentally. And the beautiful little magenta flowers. I'll show you their seeds. And then I also have, here's a little bit with a few of the purple leaves or petals from the zinnia still on there. Got quite a lot of them. And the rest are mostly, these are marigolds. And the marigolds did so well this year. They spread and grew and got tall. I had several different kinds. Here's a little bit of one. It's all dried. I'll show you how many seeds come out of these. It's unbelievable. I actually threw some away into the compost bin because I had way too many. And these are seed pods from my Texas mountain laurel. It almost looks like brown edamame. And you can see the seeds in there. So let's get another paper towel. Oh, where did they go? On the floor. I'm running out of space to put things. Alright, here we are. So first we'll do some zinnia. I'll show you the seeds. They're very small. They're like little poppy seeds. You might not even notice them unless you were looking for them. Yeah, it looks like black pepper. Oh, very nice. I'll use my little tweezers to get the little petals out of the way. I'm glad I used a white paper towel to make it easier to see them. And I'll just put these into a little glass vial and save it till the spring. I may plant a few little pots in the house as well, in the sun, just to have a little taste of spring early. Let's see if you can see them. Oh yeah, see how tiny they are? Just like black pepper. Alright, now let's get another paper towel. Marigold seeds are a lot easier to see. And I think we're going to have thousands of them coming up in the old flower bed because a lot of them just got squished back into the soil when we were cleaning up. So you just squeeze and rotate a little bit between your fingers, and the outer part comes off. And here come all these seeds. Wow. Let me do a couple more. This makes me happy. All this potential life to rejuvenate me in the spring. This beautiful color and food for all the good insects. Ah, yeah, these are pretty. There's a little bit of dirt in there as well, but these have a dry top, and at the tip, let me grab one. They're hard to hold. And at the tip, it's a little black point. And that's what gets itself down into the dirt when the wind blows. And these open. And they take to the wind. And they spread themselves into a nice plot of dirt. So that was just 2 little flower heads. Look how many seeds. Those are all seeds. I'll be saving those. I can't wait to have color. And then these guys. Usually just fall as they are, and I guess the seed pod probably disintegrates with the weather in the winter, and then the seeds come out. kind of small. I thought they looked bigger from the outside. Oh yeah, they're pretty big. You see that black speck in there? That's a seed. And that's a seed. I tried to grab one. These plastic tweezers are not the greatest, but I can grab the seed pod, but not really the seed. Oh! I just shot it across the bedroom. Okay. There's one right there. See that? That's not too tiny. So I'll gather some of those as well. And we'll continue the circle of life in the garden. And it'll bring happiness and color and something to look forward to. And I hope you have some project that you could start now that would take your mind off of those things that we don't have any power over, and remind us that our creativity is our power and our big heart. Yeah. And I think for now, I'm happy to say I got through this video. Yay! Yay for me. I only changed the battery twice during this because something's wrong with my batteries. Maybe they're just too old to charge. So I'll be looking to buy some more batteries. And I want to show you a couple of other things that I've gotten for my channel. A couple more show and tells. I like those. And it won't be much longer before I'm back, I promise. I was going to do a horse camping trip this coming weekend with some friends. And I have the truck and the camper already. And I attached the trailer, I hitched everything up, I've been cleaning everything up and organizing. And now the weather forecast says we're going to be getting snow on the day that I'm supposed to be coming back. And I just don't want to do that because I'm traveling alone with Charlie and the horses. So I'm going to cancel my reservations. We really couldn't change the day and go earlier because my friend had to organize her work schedule. And so they may still go because they live a little closer to where we were going to go. But it's just too far for me to go for one night and come back the following night. So instead, I'm going to make more ASMR videos. Got a deal? Okay, it's a deal. Oh my gosh, I love you guys. I definitely feel so much better once I sit down and know that I can share a peaceful time, and hopefully you feel the same. So from this pile of old dried up stuff, we're gonna create. And I'm gonna make some sourdough bread later. And I'm gonna take Charlie for a walk. And I'm gonna get some crystals out. And maybe Miss Abby will come along for the next video as well. So for now, I'm sending you big hugs. Peaceful thoughts. And a little bit of creative spark to you. With some joy and some inspiration. Until I see you again.